Hello everyone, Chris Santiago of MMA Island. Today we're here with Louisiana's own son. We have on Dustin Lampros ahead of XMMA 4 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Justin, how's it going today?
Oh, doing good, man. Just excited to be here. XMMA, they put on some pretty good shows and glad to be a part of it. They got a lot of ex-UFC fighters. I really feel like they're doing some good things and, a lot of opportunities could open up with this.
And you said that you're from Lafayette, right?
Yes, sir, Lafayette.
How are you liking the vibe over here in New Orleans?
New Orleans isn't really my place, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm here to fight, not to make friends here, and it's just kind of a lot more hectic than I like. But I mean, like I said, I'm here to fight, make my money and go home.
And how did the weight cut go for you, and what was your first meal after it?
So the weight cut was good. I dieted off a lot pretty well and only had, under 5 pounds to finish off the cut this morning, so I'm about back up to 145. My meal, we had packed some meatballs, some high fat, high protein things. So I do like a low carb diet for the most part. So ate a bunch of that. Then we went and grabbed a burger from Shake Shack, and man, that was one of the best burgers that I've had. Man, I was surprised.
I know, right? We just went there this morning with my brother. Ahead of this next fight, you're fighting a very tough Andrew Garrette. What do you see of him? How do you match up with him?
He fought my buddy Tyrek Malvo back in 2019, and he knocked him out. So a lot of people are saying watch out for his knockout power, but I believe he was a high school wrestler and stuff as well. So he's a good grappler. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a fight. I've got a lot more experience. I had a ton of amateur fights. This will be my 5th professional fight. He only had a couple of amateur fights and 1 pro fight, and that was a few years back. I've been much more active. So I mean, I'm not looking past him. He's a tough guy, and he fought at 145 before. So he's probably a little bit thicker than me once he rehydrates and everything. But I mean, I've got the experience. I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu under Tim Crater. I've been doing this a long time, and I don't think he's going to want to hit the ground with me. I think if he thinks that he wants to hit the ground with me, that's going to be a mistake.
For sure. And you have a lot of fights on the amateur scene. You spent a lot of time, a lot of years and time on the amateur scene. What made you want to go to the pro scene? And what kind of, I guess, took so long?
So I got on a pretty good winning record. I started off rough as an amateur, then turned it around and it ended up with a decent record. But once I kind of established some wins, some things just happened. I decided to go to school, and take some time off. Established a career in the oil and gas industry, which I fight, but that's my main job. But it was just my son was born in 2016, and just life, and every time I'd be like, yeah, I think after this fight I'm gonna go pro, just something would happen that would kind of push it back. And honestly, it was good because the adversity I experienced on the amateur scene, showed me a lot, and had good wins, tough fights, tough losses, and got that out my system. So I mean, whenever I went pro back in 2019, I kind of got screwed on my pro debut. It was a bad early stoppage. Got dropped with a shot, and he was hitting me with some rabbit punches that the ref stopped it, and I got up and was like, what happened? Why? I was going for a leg lock. So it is what it is. But since then I've won my last 3. 1 decision and 2 submissions. My last one was a 16-second armbar. So I think the long amateur career and all the experience really showed me the adversity needed, to bite down on the mouthpiece and go through a tough fight to come out with the win.
You mentioned having a son in 2016. You've been fighting since 2010, 2011. Has being a father changed your perspective on fighting, where it's like you have something to fight for more than yourself?
Absolutely. I earned the nickname Lionheart, because like I wasn't always the most technical guy, but when we go out there, we fight, and I'll bite down on the mouthpiece and we'll trade shots, And having my son made me want to like be more technical, more methodical in the way that I fight, and not be so willing to take damage to give damage versus like fight smart, And so it's definitely improved my game, and I want him to be proud of me. I want him to like know that you can go out and live your dream. Like don't let anybody tell you that you can't.
For sure. You're gonna have the home crowd with you. This great state of Louisiana is gonna be backing you. What's gonna be your walkout song when you head to the arena?
So my walkout song is gonna be "Nothing Else Matters" by Metallica, and that's been my song for the last couple fights because. My mindset, like something that Coach Tim Crater had told me a while back, he's like, we only get to do this for so long, and so like everybody lets the nerves get to them and it gets to be this overwhelming thing. And, like for a long time it was, like we love to fight, we love to be in there, but like you build up the fight so much and the anxiety is just a lot. And at the end of the day, like, we're getting to go out and do what we love to do and put on a show in front of people, and like our time in this sport is very finite, like there's only so much time that we can do it. So I mean, like I just want to go out and embrace it and have fun, and so whenever I'm out there, nothing else matters.
Last question for you: what can the fans expect to see from you at the Fillmore at XMMA 4 this weekend?
Man, I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, if it hits the ground, it's going to be a problem, and I think you guys will be surprised by my stand-up as well. I haven't got to showcase that a lot lately, so I mean, be looking forward to that.
Do you have anything to say to the fans or family of yours watching out there?
Man, thank you everybody who's supported me so far. I mean, it's been a long journey. I got my buddy right here, Michael Gray. He's probably my number one training partner. And he's the best 145er in Louisiana. I can guarantee you that, and I mean, if he's the best 145 amateur in Louisiana, like y'all better be watching for him because he'll be breaking through the pro circuit in the next year or so. But again, thank you for all my training partners, my teammates, my family, my friends, Professor Tim Crater, Professor Josh Artigue, Kenry Meir, my wife Danica Lynn, my boxing coach Walter Monso. Like, we're going to go out and tomorrow we're going to show the world that like I'm the real deal. I'm the best 135er in the state, and maybe further, but we'll see.
Catch Lionheart in action tomorrow at XMMA 4, streaming live on XMMA.com, and catch that fight tomorrow night.